Hello, this is RSCKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing you another benchmark test, and this is a benchmark test for the Nexus 5. So let's see how this device really pans out with its specs and how it compares to other devices. So first thing right here, let's just see what it has inside. So for this device, we do have the Snapdragon 800, which is only on a couple of other devices, such as the Note 3, the LG 2, or the LG G2, sorry, as well as like the Sony Xperia Z1. Certain devices only have it, so it is the best of the best processor right now. You have the Adreno 330, and you also, which is the best graphics card arguably right now. You do have a 1080p screen, 1080 by 1776, which is an interesting resolution, under the 920, but it pans out still to be over 1080p, of course. You have 480 pixel DPI, sorry, and you do have internal storage of originally 26.76 gigs, so a lot of built-in storage. As you can see, even for someone like me, I still have a good amount left over. You do have 2 gigs of RAM. Being used right now is about half, so just to give you an idea of how much usage is. And in terms of sensors, just to give you an idea of all the sensors you do have built in, there is a good amount. All right, let's go first through AT&T's benchmark test. Now this gives you a good idea of the overall performance for the benchmark test. This is what we previously got, 779. Let's test it again and see what we get this time. All right, so when it comes to this test, as you can see, for some reason, even though this has the same hardware as, say, like the G2 and other devices, we do have a lower score consistently. Now, the last one you saw, it was a 27, so this is a bit lower, but I mean, I have nothing running besides the other app, so it's really kind of confusing why this is so low compared to even the S4 and the HTC One, which have lower specs compared to this device. So I'm really curious of why this is. I'm not sure really, but as you can see, like even if we compare it to the S4, which does get 27, this should be beating it overall, but in terms of everything, it kind of gets a lower score overall. For the most part, they're either close or overall, but I mean, comparing to, say, something like the G2, which has the same hardware this device does, the G2 actually beats it in every single spectrum. So it's really interesting why it's so low. I found that interesting. In terms of the just processing power, let's check out just how the processors react. And there we have the processors. So how does this device act? Again, lower than the S4. Why? I'm not sure. It's definitely higher compared to the Nexus 4 from last year and even the Nexus 7 from last year, but this device is lower than the S4 and it shouldn't be. I don't know why. Maybe it's an optimization that Google needs. It's not slow as a phone by any means, which is again interesting, of course, because you're not getting a slow speed of the phone, but it's definitely slower in comparison to the other ones. Now, when we go to the 3D benchmark test, this is, and again, another interesting turns of events. This is mainly for graphical interface, and automatically it tells us for the first two, our device is maxed out. So it does very good for the first 720p graphics test and 1080p graphics test, which are the most important. However, comparing just a chip by chip basis of the CPU and GPU is where we're going to find differences compared to other devices. So as you can see, my best, and just to give an idea of how many times I tried this, did try it a couple of times, first getting low scores and then progressively getting higher scores. It was 17,388. Now how does this compare to other devices? Well, on the ultimate section, what do we have that's comparable? So for the 17,388, that's really comparable to some of the higher ones, so which it should be, the Note 3 and S4. However, on average, the Nexus 5 does fall under 15,996, And as you can see by my tests, that's pretty much in the middle of 4 tests that I did for it. With this app, I find that the more and more you do it, the higher the score will be. But it's just interesting that it did finally score about 15.99, which is again among the top. So that is more like it. So it looks like graphical wise, this should be a great phone. In terms of processing power, though, something definitely is holding it back. No, not sure what that is, but that is the benchmark test for the Nexus 5. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any suggestions or any comments on it, please feel free to comment down below, and please give a like and thumbs up. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.